All right. So, all right. So as you can see, we actually talked about what? We talked about order block, right? We are currently on order block. We've talked about market structure. Now we're currently on order block. And as you can see, the market here is respecting what our order block. As you can see here, this is our order block here. And the market has kind of mildly tapped into our order block. And giving us a rejection there. So for us to be able to trade in this level, we are going to wait for what? A change of character. It's as simple as that, guys. Change of character. We're going to wait for a change of character. As you can see, we have this low, high, low, high. So what would we consider change of character? Here, for me personally, I won't be considering all this one as my change of character. This one here, it might be a little bit mild change of character because it's going to be a change of character on the 15 minutes. If that plays get, it's going to be a change of character on the 15 minutes, obviously, as you can see. But then it can be, it can actually pass as a change of character. But on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour time frame, this is going to be like the main change of character here. But then if we are waiting for the market to get here, we would have lost or we would have missed a lot of all these moves. So we are going to be careful while we're entering here, but then we are going to be considering this one our change of character here. All right. So the market gets in here, but then because of what is currently happening, because of the topic we are going to be talking about, what I think is going to happen, guys. Guys, let me show you. Let me tell you. Right, you're going to understand very soon. You're going to understand pretty soon. As you can see, what I think is going to happen is, as you can see, the market has not really tapped into this other block. I still think the market is going to come back down, give us this, like this, come back down, tap into our other block before continuing going up. And I'm going to tell you why. Guys, there are reasons for all these things. How can I tell this is, or how can I predict this is what is going to happen? And the reason I could do that is because of one simple concept called liquidity. Liquidity. Now, before we talk about liquidity, right? Before we talk about liquidity, I quickly want to talk about something, right? I quickly want to talk about something. Just like in like revision from what we've from our yesterday's class, what we've been talking about. I was talking about trading on the derivative platform. Now, there's this one strategy that this one, I'm actually going to be giving you guys this one for free, right? This one is for the free group, right? I'm not, again, after, guys, again, let me just say this. Let me just make this clear. Starting from next week, because I might not be coming, like I'm kind of a bit down. I'm a bit not feeling too well, so I'm going to be on treatment tomorrow, starting tomorrow. But then that's not going to stop our challenge. It just takes my laptop to be able to trade another. It's not going to stop my challenge. But then I won't be coming live tomorrow till probably and I need to rest a lot. I've been stressing myself a lot lately, so I need to rest. So I'm going to be coming live next week. It's next week I'm going to be coming live. And then when I'm coming live next week, I'm going to be coming live more often in the VIP group. In the VIP group. We're not going to be doing a lot. Yeah, you're sorry. Thank you. We're not going to be doing a lot of this in the free group anymore. We're going to be doing it in the VIP group. And then for those that are interested in the VIP group, I'm going to be doing discounts for those that are interested. We don't have a lot of people. Let me even check. How many people are in the VIP group right now? Let me see. We have, let's see. Let me see. Let me see how many people are in the VIP group right now. In the VIP group, okay, we have 12 people in the VIP group right now. We have 12 people in the VIP group, and it costs $30 to join the VIP group. Now, for those that are interested in the VIP group, I'm going to be doing a discount, a 50% discount. So if you want to join it, I want as a lot of people to be in the VIP group because I will, from next week when I'll be coming back on live section, I will be going live only in the VIP group for like I'll just be coming live once in a while. And there's still a lot of things that we need to talk about, we need to do. Because guys, this is just the beginning of this whole series, right? This is the beginning of this whole series because this is the end game of this, right? Whatever profits for those that are in the challenge, that are participating in the challenge. Now, this is how we're going to. This is the plan. Once we finish the challenge, but before we finish the challenge, we are going to be doing a lot of things in the VIP group, teaching a lot of things and all that. The challenge is going to last for 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a lot of time to do a lot of things, right? So we're going to be finishing up on liquidity, and after liquidity, we're going to go into top-down analysis, and then we're going to go into entries, right? How to enter. That is another important topic. Entries, right? How to enter. So you can know all these things, and you still do not know what an entry confirmation is, right? So it is very important, all right, to know how to enter after being able to analyze your market perfectly like this. All right. So it's another important topic that we need to understand. All right. So that is it. So we're going to be talking about entry. And then once we do that, now for those that participated in the challenge, whatever profits we make from there, we're going to take a portion of the profit. Of course, we're still going to be trading on the we're still going to be trading on the derivative platform like this. Now, the reason I'm not just giving signals for the challenge right now is because I want us to focus on trading, right? I want us to focus on learning, sorry. Because if I start doing that, a lot of people will miss signal, a lot of people will, take losses, do wrong thing, and so many people are not really familiar with this, and then a lot of commotion will happen. Instead of us focusing on learning, we'll now be focusing on money, not losing our money and all that. It's going to shift our focus, and that's not something I intend to do. Now, because by the time we finish the challenge, we would have go through the dev platform in and out, we would have understand how it is. Then you're then going to take a portion. You're going to take a portion of your profits, put it in your derivative, and we're going to target 10 to 20% every day. Now, that's one. If you miss the signal, you don't take it. If you do not miss, if you see the signal, you take it. It's as simple as that. All right. So we're going to be doing something like that as we go on. I'm going to turn the VIP group into a signal group. Now, this is another thing that we're going to now do. We are then going to move into, trust me, look at the name of the group right there is called Forex Trading, right? It is not just derivative group, right? So we are then going to be starting a prompt firm challenge. Now, before we start even the prompt firm challenge, as we are advancing in our mentorship and everything, we are going to start a challenge, a demo challenge, right? We are going to start a demo challenge. We are going to try out for real because we are going to join, we are going to hawk. I'm going to come live like this together. We are going to do analysis on markets. Let's say Euro USD, for instance. We are going to do analysis on them. And then we're going to place trade together, set our stop loss, take profit and everything. And then we are going to see if we can pass the demo challenge on FTMO. And then once we do that, we are then going to buy an account. Each and every one of us is going to buy an account, and then we're going to continue like that, building a prompt firm account. That is the end game for this. And then, guys, this would have been you taking, guys, whatever you are investing now, that is my own principle, guys. Let me tell you one short story. The last time I had all this mentality was like 2 years ago. I started trading like this. My network went off there. My network went off there. So let me reshare the screen. So like I was saying, guys, like I was saying, the last time when I started becoming profitable was a long time ago, but when I started making real profits, like real life-changing profits on Forex was 2 years ago, right? Was 2 years ago, right? And then since then, I've had this thing. Like the money I deposited, right? The first money I deposited, I don't redeposit in there. I do in Forex as a whole. This is what I do full time. I do not redeposit. I take a portion of them. Okay, I say, okay, this is what I want to use to trade $100. And with that $100, that is what I'm going to do. That's what my base capital is going to be. I'm not redepositing and everything. So those that are joining the challenge, even after the challenge, the only reason you are going to, guys, are you hearing me, please? Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me, please? Okay, so for those that are joining the challenge, the only reason you are going to lose any money, you are going to record any loss or if you deposit at all, is you if you uh do not follow my instruction. It's as simple as that. It's if you do not follow my instruction. But then if you follow my instruction and follow everything, follow my lead, that is money you're investing right now is the only money. Because guys, after the challenge, you'll be able to take profits to your pockets You take your capital, your profits, and then you have enough money to trade on the dairy. We are going to be trading on the dairy. I'm going to have a fixed time. Starting from next week, I'm actually going to have a fixed time that I'm going to be coming live. I'm going to have a fixed time that I'm going to be coming live. We're going to be doing analysis together. And then we might not even take trade immediately on whatever we do analysis. We might just, okay, we're watching this, and then I'm going to drop signal when a trading opportunity occurs or appears. Right? That's what we're going to be doing. And then for the prompt firm challenge, we are going to be doing exactly the same thing. We're going to do analysis together, taking trades and analyzing the market and all that. So we're going to be doing that. So you only have to deposit one. So if you are not participating in the challenge right now, trust me, you are missing out on a lot. Of course, even if you're in the VIP group and you're joining us, you will have to use your money to, deposit in there if you want to participate. You have to use your money out of your pocket to buy the prompt firm account and all that. Right. And then we are using FTMO. FTMO is a bit expensive. All right. And I have my reasons for choosing FTMO. We're still going to be talking about what broker, how to choose a real broker very soon, as we progress into this whole thing, right? So that's that on that. So if you are not, again, we are starting the challenge tomorrow morning. So if you are not in there, just reach out to me right now. We're starting probably afternoon. I'm going to wake up pretty late. I have a lot of things to do tonight, so probably in the afternoon. So reach out to me, join the challenge, and then we are going to move on from there. So again, I was talking about how to. I want to show you guys one simple strategy on the dairy platform like this, right now. Now, one thing you could do is you can actually you can actually use what you can actually use one time frame like this, one time frame to analyze the market and place your trade. Or let's just say two time frame. Let's say I'm using uh or let's just say I'm using the 15-minute time frame. Let's start from volatility 10 index. Now, what am I looking for? I'm just trying to find what is the bias of the market. Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? I'm able to establish that. I'm looking for, where is the market, what is the market currently doing? Is it giving me higher highs or higher lows, right? And then identify that, and then I'm going to then try to find out what the other block, right? I'm going to find out where is the other block, right? So those are the things that we're going to be doing. Let me show you guys an example before we continue. Again, today we are talking about introduction to liquidity. Of course, we are not going deep into liquidity. Liquidity is not really a broad topic like that, but it's very, very important. And then you're going to see why. It is very, very important. But then let me just show you guys this real quick. Now look at this. Look at this right now. Look at this, right? Let's see if we can draw a path for this. No, let's see this on volatility 10. This volatility 10 1x. Let's see this on. Let me go and see this. Let's see this here on the chart. I like to do my analysis here. 10 1x. All right, so let's do this. Let's see what's happening on the 10 1x. Again, I want to do it on one time frame. You necessarily do not have to use one time frame. You can absolutely use two time frame or whatever. But then I don't like to overcomplicate things for myself. My network is really terrible tonight, and it's so annoying. Okay, 10 1x. All right, so let's go to 10 1x. Let's go to 15-minute time frame. All right, because let's use let me see what I'm seeing here. This one is not a good one. I want to do analysis on something very, 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 very nice. Something I'll be able to do properly. Aha, look at this one. Okay. Now look at this. This is volatility 10 index. Now, if I want to do analysis on this, right? It is obviously or clearly an uptrend, right? And then look at what we're seeing here. We're seeing higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then we are currently having what, a higher high. Now look at this one here now, right? If I'm to take this trade, this one has already gone actually, but then let's say I want to take this trade, right? I'm just going to try and find out where is my other block. This here is my other block right here. There is what fair value gap right there. So let's go to my derivative right there. So I'm just going to go to my volatility 10 index like this, and I'm going to look for what my other block. I like to mark out my what other block. So I'm going to just mark out my other block like this. right? I mark out my order block. So what I'm just going to do is my barrier here is going to be under this. Now, again, it has to be under under this order block like this. Now, because there is a recent low here, when we start talking about liquidity, you're going to understand this. I'm just going to drag this down like this, right? I'm going to drag this down like this. Now, again, now, how many percent are you targeting? Let's say I want to target 10%. This is where I want to put my what? My barrier. This is the best place. Again, let me give it more room. I can even drag it like this, right? Give it more room because of liquidity. You're going to understand what I mean by that very soon. All right. So, um, this is where I want to put my barrier. Now, again, let's say I'm targeting 10%, right? And then going to look at, I'm trading no touch. And the percentage return for no touch on 13 hours is what? 127%. That's too much. I'm just going to reduce what? The number of hours. Let's say I put in 1 hour. This is 3%. I'm going to change to 2 hours, 15%. This is perfect. Again, I want to target around 10%. So I can just still give this a bit of a room like this. You can leave it out for that. I'm just going to give it a bit of a room like, yeah, 12%. This is perfect. So I'm just going to use, let's say $100 for instance, go for no touch. This is how you basically do your analysis and place your trade on touch stroke, no touch. Now, if I add want to guys, guys, if I really want to trade this is not how I'd trade this because this one has already given. Again, I said once you see a break of structure, let's see. We have not actually seen a break of structure, but this one has actually gone so far, right? So I don't want is how I'll probably take this trade is I want the break of structure to happen and this to come back to enter this other block, start going up, create another other block. I mark out my other block, put my stop loss right there, my barrier right there, and take the trade. But this one too is a kind of a nice trade. But then this is not how I trade this trade normally. I'm just using this one as what? An example. Right. Now the thing there is you want to always protect what's your barrier. And what can protect your barrier? What can protect your barrier is what's order block. Order block is what will always. So your barrier should always be below. If it's in an uptrend, your barrier should always be, if for no touch, your barrier should always be below an order block. It's for a downtrend. If it's for a downtrend, your barrier should always be above another block. If you do not spot another block, the trade is not valid. You should not take that trade. Can we take two trades at a go here, sir? Yeah, we can. I can take another trade here. It's as simple as that. You can take any amount of trade right here. All right. Now, for the benefit of those that are just joining, let me just do a brief recap. So if you had put the line in the other block region, we would have traded touch. But now to trade touch is another strategy on its own. Again, I talked about the touch strategy in the VIP group, the first class we did in the VIP group. We talked about the touch for the 2 minute strategy. Like duration matters a lot too. So we talked about that. Now, for the sake of those that are just joining, now the purpose of the challenge, I'm going to talk about that a lot briefly again. We are starting the challenge tomorrow, and then the purpose of the challenge is once we finish with the challenge, we must have finished up with so many of these lessons, would have understand a lot of things better. And then once we finish with the challenge, we are going to be doing analysis together like this, placing trade. You are going to deposit a portion of your profits into your derivative account, and then I'm going to be dropping signals every day. We're going to be targeting 10%. Let's say you deposit $1,000, for instance. For those that are that are coming in with $100, you will be able to deposit $1,000 conveniently, right? Now, you deposit $1,000, that means you're making $100. That's 10% every single day. $100 every single day. And that's what we're going to be doing. Taking trades like this. Look at this. This is a 12% trade we took. And it's a 2 hours long trade. Now, this is not even how we are supposed to take this trade normally. But then this is even still a good trade to take. Because now we have what our region that is protected. Right. So that's the main reason for the challenge. And again, we are going to be working or trading a prompt firm account. So this is how we're going to be doing it. So once we are almost done with the challenge, or once we have finished with liquidity, top down analysis, and we have started this entry series, we are going to then start a prompt firm challenge, a demo prompt firm challenge, when we are almost done with the challenge, with our current challenge here. So we're going to start a demo prompt firm, and then we're going to work it out together. We're going to do analysis together, play straight together, and see if we're going to pass the challenge. And then if we pass the challenge, we are then going to uh once we finish this ongoing challenge, we are then going to buy prompt firm, maybe 10,000, $20,000, depending on uh your payout, and then we're going to start trading with that. All right, I'm going to be giving you guys what lot size to use for what balance, all right, and everything. So we're going to talk about everything once we get there. All right, so we're going to talk about everything. So, and then we're going to be trying to pass the challenge, and then that is where the money is, right? Then we're going to be making a lot of money from there. Right, so that's the end goal for this. So if you are not joining this challenge, trust me, you are going to be missing out on a lot. Even if you're in the VIP group, you are going to be missing out on a lot because you don't want to be using your money to be joining all these things. Guys, again, it is trading, shit can happen. That's why we want a security for insurance for that. And that's what this challenge is about, giving us insurance, giving us insurance. And then I'm not even taking too much risk with the challenge. Look at this, just trades like this. And then in the next 2 hours, we are going to be done with this one that I took here, just like that. And we're starting tomorrow. So you want to join the challenge, we are starting tomorrow afternoon. Send me a DM and then you can still join and all that. And again, I won't be coming live tomorrow till next week because I need to get myself checked. I've been stressed a lot. So by tomorrow, by next week, we're going to be starting what? We're going to resuming the live sections like this, and then it's going to be in the VIP group. So I'm going to stop coming live in the free group. It's going to be in the VIP group. Then now I'm doing discount for those that are not yet in the VIP group. If you want to be in the VIP group, instead of $30, you can pay $15 to join that. That's how me being very, very generous. All right. Yeah, the challenge is starting tomorrow. I'm probably going to wake up late. I have a lot of project I need to finish up tonight. So I'm probably going to wake up late, prepare and everything, do one of two errands and then come back and start. All right. So that's what it's going to do. But then we are still going to meet our target because of course we are probably going to be taking few hours trade and all that. And then we're going to be done for the day. And that's what we're going to be doing. All right. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so let's get into what we have for us today. Liquidity. What is liquidity? And as you can see, we're already moving in profit a bit in this one, right? So what is liquidity? Now, I'm just going to try and explain this as lame as possible, right? Now, one thing with liquidity is now a lot of people that do not understand liquidity would feel like, why is this thing not respecting market structure? Because look at this. Now, how do I explain this to make you guys understand better? Now, let's go to the beginning. Genesis, what causes liquidity? What is the cause of liquidity? Liquidity is simply money. Now, let me explain this. What causes liquidity? Now, we retail traders like this, we cannot, like I said, like I used to say before, it is the amount of buyers and sellers in the market that actually move the market. But then we small traders like this cannot actually move the market. We cannot move the market. Are you choosing us from scratch? Yeah, it's from scratch. So we cannot actually move the market, right? Now, there are people that moves the market. The banks, the big traders, the banks, institutional traders and all that. They move the market. They can put in millions of money in the market to manipulate and move the market. They are the market makers. They call them market makers. Now, one thing you should know is, let's say the market is here, it's going up like this. They want to buy this market. Now, for every buy you take, right? Let's say you buy now. For every buy you take, for this buy to be possible, for you to be able to place buy and it works, it means someone is placing a sell order at the same place you are placing a buy order. Now, you will never notice that. You never have any challenge on that because your money is not so significant, all right? Anytime you go into a forex market, you place buy, you place sell, it's always going, the order is always going to pull through. Why? Because it is not, your money is not so significant, all right? But then all these big banks, all these big institutions, when they place trade, when they place, now for a volume, let's say you want to place, let me use Naira for instance. Let's say you want to place a trade of, you want to buy a trade of 1 million, worth 1 million Naira. There has to be someone else that is also selling that $1 million. For you to buy, there must be a sell. You understand? There must be a sell. Now, look at this. Now, because these big banks, these big traders, or this big institution, let's say they have buy this, the market has come like this. Now they want to buy again. They want to buy again, right? A lot. They want to push this market to the upside. But then there is no so much order in the market. There is no so much sell. So they do not have any, they don't like they have the money, but there is no money, there is no enough sellers in the market to be able to give them enough money to buy. But then see what they will now do. They will now manipulate the market. Now, once you start seeing something like this, leave all this story I'm saying. This is just the main concept of this. Once you start seeing something like this, liquidity is happening. Once you start seeing something like this, liquidity is happening. So all these institutions, they will sell heavily here, and then you see something like this happen. Now, when they sell heavily, now a lot of people will feel like, now a lot of people that trade support and resistance, and that is why I say support and resistance do not work. I don't trade support and resistance. I used to trade support and resistance before, but then support and resistance doesn't work because it's a trap for liquidity. Because now this is what's now going to happen. A lot of people will be putting their order here. They'll think the market is going to what? Is going to come back to this level and buy, right? But then this is now what's going to happen. This is now how they now manipulate the market. Now they start buying when the market comes back here. Let's say the market comes back here, right? It comes back there. Let me do this. The market comes back here like this. A lot of people will think the same thing that is happening here wants to happen. They will start buying, expecting what? A breakout and a market to go like this. But then that will not happen, right? They'll be buying here and putting their stop loss probably somewhere around here, right? Their stop loss somewhere around there. Now, this is where liquidity takes place. This is where liquidity takes place because the market makers will now push the market to take out what? Their order like this. Now, because they are buying here or they are putting limits here, anytime the market hits their stop loss, it means they are selling. It's like all that, of course, it hits your stop loss, it means you have sold it has sold your order. So there is enough money in the market. So this market makers will push the market like this. Then we now have something like this before the market now go up. Now, because we understand that this thing is liquidity, because we understand this whole thing, we are not going to fall victim of this. Now, those that trade what is it called? Support and resistance, we always fall victim to this. We always fall victim to this. Right? They will always fall victim to this. Now, because we understand liquidity, we understand market structure, and then we understand order block. Now, what usually happens is this thing here that do something like this will always come what? To an order block. It will usually what? Come to an order block like this. So anytime you see equal highs and equal lows, market ranging like this, and then there's an order block at the bottom, you should know that that order block is a very valid order block. Now, that is another thing to be able to recognize valid order block. Anytime you see liquidity before an order block, the order block is what? Valid. All right. The order block here is the valid order block. I'm going to be showing us examples, right? Now, another type of liquidity we can see is trend line liquidity. Let me show you. We have something like this. We have something like this. Just watch. Now look at this. A lot of what is it called? A lot of support and resistance traders that will do something like this. Trend line, right? They want to trade trend line, right? Support level. Support level, right? This is what they will do. Support level. But then look at what the market will do. Hold on. I'm coming. Support. This is our support level. All right. So they are expecting the market to do what? Come back to this line. I used to be a trader like this. Come back here and do something like this again, right? This is what they're expecting, right? But then look at what the market will do. the market will do something like this instead, like this, before going like this. And then because we understand what liquidity is, equal lows. Look at this, equal highs and equal lows, equal lows. Anytime you see equal lows or equal highs like this, you should know that there's liquidity there, right? Because we understand the concept of order block. It will always be, the market will always come to what? An order block. Now, they will think this market has changed what? Trend to a downtrend. How many months is the VIP? The VIP is going to last for a long time. Of course, I can't predict how many months. We are going to do this a long time. From the VIP is going to turn into a signal group, right? So like I was saying, because we understand this whole concept, we are going to, like, of course, they will think this is a breakout, that the market has now changed from what? An uptrend to a downtrend. All right. Of course, this is a change of character. It's true, right? Actually, change of character here. But then because we understand market structure, we know this is not, this is just the market trying to take out this liquidity. Market comes down here. Of course, a temporary downtrend. It gets to our other block, it moves, it continues its move to the upside. So that is what liquidity is. That is what liquidity simply is. Now, let me show you guys an example of that. Let me show you guys an example. Let me see if I can spot an example coming. Okay, let's go to like the 10. No. I'm coming. I'm trying to find. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute, please. Okay, so let's continue. Can I pay you by bit? I'm so very new to first. I'm totally lost. Yeah, you'll be able to learn from the scratch. And send me a DM on what's it called? Send me a DM on WhatsApp. So let's see. Now look at this. Look at what is happening here, guys. Let's see what is happening here. I'm looking for, look at this. We are beginning to have what? Equal highs, equal low here. So liquidity is happening here, right? Liquidity what is happening here? Now this is the trade we took right here. This is the trade we took right here. Now look at this. Don't be surprised. Look at this. This trade we took right here. Don't be surprised. Now I took that trade based on the current knowledge you have. But then don't be surprised that the markets might not respect this other block right here. It might not respect this other block because there's what? Liquidity here. Equal lows, equal highs, right? And then what you just need to do is look for what? Is there an other block down here? Yes, this is the other block that is down here. Don't be surprised if the market is coming right here. And then it will follow everything we've learned so far, that the market will always come back to the bottom to what? To take out any fair value gap right here. So this is what I'm basically expecting to see here. I'm expecting what? This to get broken, this other block to get broken, to get here. No, something like this. Hold on. Something like this to happen. And then to break through here, get to our other block before going up like this. This is what I think will happen in this market. Now, I played this trade based on the knowledge we have so far. Now, we have worked on so far. Now, because you do not have 100% the full knowledge, because you don't have full knowledge of everything that is happening, right? Of liquidity, that's why you need total knowledge of all these things. You will take a trade like this, and then the market comes in, take out your this thing, take it out, and then you feel like, what is going on? But then this is another block. Why didn't you respect it? Because they are equal what? Look at this. They're equal lows. Let's go to the 5 minute to see this properly. Equal lows and equal highs. Anytime you see equal lows and equal highs, there is what? Look at this. This is exactly what I just showed you guys. This is liquidity right here, guys. So this trade is not valid. I'm just going to take out my loss. I'm going to sell at 12% loss because that trade is not valid. So you need proper knowledge. You need what? Proper knowledge. So even this trade, well, it is even wise to take this trade like this. But then I will not advise you do that, right? I would prefer to even take this trade like this instead. Yeah, 10, 11%. I'll prefer to take this trade like this. I'd prefer to take this trade like this, going against the trend, because I know that this market is going to break through what? This level, because there's liquidity right here. This is equal highs. Let me show you. Equal highs. Like this. And equal lows. And then where is our other block? There is no known other block, right? As you can see, there is no other block here. This one here has been, it's just the next available other block. This was another block before, but then it has been what? Mitigated, as you can see. So is there any other block right here? No, there is no other block right here. This is what? The other block here. This is the other block right here that we believe the market is going to what? Get to. You just need to have a proper, again, guys, trust me, we're still going to be on this explaining. This is just introduction to liquidity. We are going to be explaining this properly in depth, so you don't have to stress yourself about that at all. All right, so let's continue. I want to look for an example, a real example, another example. Let's see. Let me just try and look for another example right here. Let me reload this page. Please explain how to identify equal high and equal low. Hold on. Again, that's what I'm trying to find. Let me see. Let me check from the 24 hours time frame first. Now look at this one. This market here, volatility 10-1x on the 24-hour time frame is pretty straightforward. As you can see, it has now changed to a downtrend, lower low, lower high. Let me show you this. I just saw spot this, and I think it's lower low, lower high. We have our lower low, and then we are currently having our lower high. So the question is, where is it going to get to? All right, we have what? Our other block right here that the market is currently kind of respecting right here, our other block right here. So is there another other block right here? There's another other block at the top here now. But guys, look at this. This is perfect. Guys, look at this. A lot of people will think the market will respect this other block. Now look at this. There are two other blocks right here. There's another one right here. Right? Look at this. This is another other block. Guys, this is a perfect example here. This is another other block, and then this is another other block. Guys, according to your knowledge, which is the valid order block? I want a cross answer. Let's say this one is 1, 2, 3. Which is the among 1, 2, 3? Which is the valid order block here? Which other block here is the valid order block? One, one, one. A lot of people are saying 1, 2, 1. More people are saying 1. Why 1? Why is it this one? 3. Someone said 3. 3 is kind of already trying to respect 3. Why is it? It's the extreme. That's a very good argument. It is the extreme order block. Very good argument. Another argument to whatever you choose. You have a reason for choosing the one you choose. For choosing 1 or 2 or 3. Is there a reason for that? Before I explain. 1, because the rest has liquidity. Where's the liquidity? All right, that's a very valid point too. Now let's talk about this. Now look at this. Let's talk about them one after the other. All right, let's talk about them one after the other. Let's take this one off first. Let's start from the one below. Let's take all this one off. So is this one the valid order block? Let's see. Now again, we are going to look at the rules for order block. What makes an order block valid? It has to have what? Let me get this thing off. It has to have what? um Fair value gap. This one has obviously a fair value gap. This is a fair value gap here. It has massive fair value gap, right? It has to have fair value gap. It has to lead to a break of structure. Look at this one here. This is a break of structure here. Lower low, lower high, lower low. It did not lead. This was not the one that leads to what the break of structure. All right. So this one right here, we get sliced through like bread through butter. And another reason this one is not valid is because what? It has what? It has what? Liquidity. Guys, I said anything that has equal eyes. Let's see. Guys, look at this. We can categorize this as an equal eye. Guys, again, it's forex trading. It doesn't have to be 100% equal, but we can say these are like very, very similar to equal eyes. Right? It has equal eyes. Right? So there is liquidity right there. There is liquidity right there. So, and again, the rule is whenever you see liquidity, the market is going to respect what? And then currently, look at what the market is doing. It's giving us another liquidity here, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Where the market currently is, right? Look at this. A lot of people, guys, a lot of people, this is a perfect example, guys. Look at this. A lot of people will think, look at this. Equal lows is ranging right here. Anytime you see something like this. So a lot of people will think, these markets will give us what? Will give us what? A breakout like this, right? Or a breakout like this. Now look at this. One thing you should know is, look at this. This would probably just do something like this. And a lot of people will start selling. Once we have a breakout, start selling, putting their stop loss in the body. Look at what will now happen. Look at what will then happen. Look at what will then happen. You can even get towards this other block right here. You see, can get to the other block on the smaller, on the 4 hour time frame. But then let's go back to what? Let's go back to our 24 hours time frame. Let's continue our analysis from there. Look at this. Of course, we have what? Liquidity right here. So we have liquidity. So does it mean that it is this one that is what? The valid order block? It is very possible because look at this. This is going to do something like this. It first breakouts, then it comes back here like this. It force what? It is sweep liquidity. Sweep of liquidity like this, and then start coming down. Like this. All right, so how do we, is this one, does this now make this the valid order block? Now, this one could be the valid order block. Because that is closest to liquidity. Exactly. Exactly. Now, you guys are following. I like the way you guys are following. Now, the reason I'm going to consider this one is because it is the closest to liquidity. And even look at it. We said it has to lead to a break of structure. It cannot lead to the break of this structure. Look at it. If you look at this fairly, it cannot lead to the what? Break of the structure. again. But then, guys, one thing is because of how delicate this whole thing is. Now, let me show you guys something. Hold on. Let me show you something real quick. If you check here too, guys, if you check here too, guys, we kind of have stuffs like something like that too here. Look at this. That is how the markets trick us. Look at this. Look at this. So, guys, when the market, of course, this one is really, really fair because the reason for that, why this one is fair is look at what is happening here, currently here. There's a liquidity happening here. So it is the chances of this being what our point of interest, our valid order block is high, it's very high. And it actually even leads to what a break of structure. But then I'm not just going to jump into the market once the market gets here. I'm waiting for what? Entry confirmation. Guys, when we get to entry, we're going to be talking a lot about that. Right? Now, let me show you what entry confirmation is, right? Let me try and explain what that is. This is a downtrend, right? Let me show you what this is. Right? We have this our downtrend. We currently have this right here. And then liquidity is happening like this. This is what's currently happening in that market. We know that this thing wants to go down, right? The right place is for it to, guys. Let me hold on. Let me explain this properly, guys. Look at this, guys. Please listen attentively here. We know that it is a downtrend, guys. That's one thing that used to convince people. We know that it's a downtrend. A lot of people are waiting to to sell this market. We know it's going to still give us what a break of structure at some point. A lot of people are waiting to sell this, and then there is what? Look at this. There is an order block right there. A lot of people will feel like, oh, there's another block right there that's got it to our other block. It's rejecting our other block. This one is pushing it down. A lot of people would be putting what their stop loss right there, entry right here, stop loss right there. A lot of people will be doing that. But then because there is liquidity here, we are targeting or we are looking at what the next order block. There's another order block right here. This is what our point of interest. For those that are trading, what's it called? Support and resistance will fall victim to this. Because this is what is then going to happen. This is what is then going to happen. These markets will go tap into or trip in their orders. A lot of people will set limits. It will trip in their orders and then it will just sell that, run through their stop loss, get to what? Our next order block, and they start coming down to give us our break of structure. So this is what we are expecting for that market. This is what we're expecting for that market. So anytime you see a liquidity happening like this, something like this happening, ranging happening like this, you should be glad. Because what the market is going to go and take what? We know what the next valued order block would be. So when the market gets here, I'm going to wait for what my entry confirmation. And how do I get my entry confirmation? I'm going to the lower time frame. Let me show you an example of that. So I have I've had the break, right? It has got it to my order block. What am I waiting for? I'm just going to go down to the lower time frame. And then on the lower time frame, you are going to be seeing this is going to be like an uptrend, like this. Lower, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high. So what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for what? A change of character, like this on the lower time frame. A change of character happens, lower, low, lower, high. I look for another order block on the lower time frame, and then I enter, and then it continues going down. That will be my entry confirmation. It's as simple as that, guys. So we are still going to be talking a lot about entry. We are still going to be talking a lot about entry. Now, look at this trade we took, guys. Look at this trade we took. Look at this trade we took. I still believe this is going to run through what? This is going to break through what? Uh, it's going to break through that other block right there. And then this one is what? The valid order block. We're already in profit on this one. So you just need to understand the crafts. You need to understand. You need to understand. Again, guys, don't stress yourself too much on this. I'm going to be by next week when we're going to resume, I'm going to be um looking for so many examples for us. I'm going to be checking so many examples and we're going to be seeing it exactly how it happens, right? We're going to be seeing exactly how it happens. So that's what I'm going to be doing for our next class, which is probably going to be next week. Now, for those, yeah, we're going to talk a lot about inducement a lot, right? Now, for those that wants to be in the VIP group, I'm going to talk a bit about that again. That wants to be in the VIP group, I'm doing a discount. The VIP, again, I'm not going to be coming live on the free group again. This probably kind of the last time I'm going to come live on the free group here like this. The next time I'm going to be going live is going to be in the VIP group. And if you want to be in the VIP group, it costs $30 to join. Now, I'll be doing discounts tonight. Instead of $30, I'm going to do a 50% discount, right? Because I want a lot of you all to be in that group. So I'll be doing a 50% discount. So instead of $30, it's going to be $15. So you want to be in the VIP group? Send me a DM on WhatsApp. And then for our challenge, now again, the end goal for the challenge is not just to make money and help us. I'm not trying to help us make money and go and buy something or something. I'm trying to do a long-term thing in the sense that once we finish the challenge, we are going to deposit some part of it in the Derif platform, and then we're going to be trading like this, making 10% every day, just like this, making 10%. As you can see, we've already made 5%, approximately 5% already, making 10% every day. And then we are then going to go into trading a trading prompt firm. We are going to choose a prompt firm, maybe FTMO or uh just we're going to look for a good one, and then we're going to buy a prompt firm, each and every one of us, and then we're going to do analysis together, pass the challenge. Of course, with all this knowledge we have, we are definitely obviously going to be able to pass any challenge using the proper appropriate lot size and everything. Then we'll pass the challenge and we're going to make a lot more money from there. And then the idea of this challenge is to be able to do all this with profits, not your money out of your pocket. Imagine wanting to buy a prompt firm with $500 or $1,000. It's a lot of money to take out. But then because of the challenge, you'll be able to do that comfortably. We have been able to have money and all that. So if you are not, yeah, we're going to talk about that. Talk about that in the group. So if you're not in the challenge yet, we are starting tomorrow. If you're not in it yet, you're missing out on a lot. Want more details about it, want to join, send me a DM on WhatsApp. All right. So already making 5% here already, which is very, very cool. As you can see how we first was able to take trade, put our barrier here, and then we did our analysis properly using liquidity and everything. Then we saw that it is not a nice place to take trade from. All right. Then we had to what adjust or we take our trade. And that's as simple as that. We take a 10% loss and all that. So that's how you do your thing. All right. That's how you analyze the market and you do your thing. So that's how we're going to be doing it. So having said all that, I'm going to be ending this section tonight. So you want to join the VIP? Of course, we are going to see a little bit of a rejection here. You want to join the VIP group, send me a DM. You want to join the challenge, you can join with as low as $20. Now, without $20, our end game with that $20, let's see. Let's say you join with $20. We're targeting 40% per day. We're doing that for 14 days. That is $2,000 on a $20 investment. Seriously, you don't want to miss out on this. But then, of course, we might not really get to the $2,000 because remember, there are some days we are going to take losses, maybe 10% loss, maybe 5% loss, something like that. So, but then we are going to really, really get to something really tangible. Like for this one, we're going to get to like over 1,000 or 1,005, 1,002, and all that. So that's how we're going to be doing it. So that is it. We are being realistic here. So having said all that, I'm going to be ending this section here. whatever question you have should come to the WhatsApp group, and we'll be answering your questions. And then we're going to be starting the challenge tomorrow. I'm going to be dropping updates and everything in the group for the challenge. So thank you guys.